order to solve this inequality, the first thing we should do is we should think about expanding this. So a minus b whole square is nothing but a square minus 2ab into b square plus b square is greater than x. Then when I simplify this, this is going to be x square minus 12x plus 36 is greater than x. And when I take x to the left hand side, so it's going to be x square minus 12x minus x would be minus 13x plus 36. Now, the first way of thinking about this sum is, so we need to think about factorizing this using by splitting the middle term. So is it possible to factorize this by splitting the middle term? That is what we need to think about. So in that case, what are the different factors we have it such that when you multiply them, we can get 36, but when you add them, we need to get minus 13. And the factors are going to be minus 9 and minus 4. So when we multiply them, we will be getting 36. At the same time, when you add them, you will be getting negative 13. So in that case, this is going to be x square minus 9x minus 4x plus 36 must be greater than 0. So in these types of inequality, the one best way that we could solve it, we can just consider this as a normal equation, then find the roots. Then when we find the roots, so then let us think about drawing the sign diagram. So here, when I consider this as a normal equation and finding the root, so I'll be grouping these two terms. So that's going to be, if I take x common out, it would be x minus 9. So I'm thinking about finding the possible roots of this equation. And if I take minus 4 common out, so it would be x minus 9 again. So here, when you factorize it completely, it's going to be x minus 4 times x minus 9. In order to find the roots, we equate them to 0. So when you equate each things to 0, so x would be either 4 or x would be 9. So once we get the roots, so we would always think about drawing the sign diagram. So sign diagram for this original equation. So here the original equation is this one. So whether it satisfies or it doesn't satisfy. So that is what we need to think about. We should mention the roots here. So that is on a number line. So this is positive 4 and this is 9. So now there are three regions. So one is which is left of 4. So in order to figure out for the left of 4, we can take any random value. So let's say I'll take 0. So when I take x as 0, does this given inequality satisfies or not? So that is what we need to figure out. So this equation, this inequality 1, when we put x as 0, I'll be getting 0 minus 6 whole square is greater than 0. So 0 minus 6 is nothing but minus 6. So minus 6 square is positive 36. Positive 36 is greater than 0. That's true. It satisfies. So I would write it as positive because it satisfies. And between 4 to 9, if I take any other value, let's say, let me take it as 6. So when you put 6 here, so it's going to be 6 minus 6 whole square is greater than 6. So 6 minus 6 is nothing but 0. So 0 is greater than 6. So that's false. It doesn't satisfy anywhere between 4 to 9. And if I talk about after 9, so maybe I can think about taking x as 10. So 10 minus 6 whole square is nothing but 4 square. So 10 minus 6 whole square is greater than 10. So this is nothing but 4 square, which is 16 is greater than 10, which is true. It satisfies. So that is the reason I can say the final answer for the sum is, so when x is less than 4, this inequality would satisfy, or when x is greater than 9, this inequality will satisfy. So this is the right answer for the sum.